Hello everyone, welcome to AI Anytime channel. In this video, we're going to look at CogView4, a new model that helps you generate images. It's an open source model and the size is also very decent. It's a 6 billion parameter size model that you can run it on compute limited devices to generate images, and it has a lot of other features that's really good. One of the feature is like the high resolution images. You can use this open source model to generate high resolution images. That is fantastic because you do not have to pay any money for the API uses. You can just self-host it probably on a CPU machine as well if you want to do quantization and stuff. And you can also host it on a single GPU, and run everything within your own infrastructure if you are someone who wants to generate images. You can also build image APIs on top of it and sell it to other people. So we're going to look at CogView4-6B model in this video. It's by THUDM, which is an university, and I'm going to walk you through. So if you look at here on my screen, I'm on their Hugging Face repo. It's called THUDM CogView4-6B. I already have videos on CogView, that helps you generate, different modalities like images, videos, which is again collection of frames, so on and so forth. Now the thing is that it can go up to 2048 pixels, 24:8 pixels, 2048 pixels, uh, really high resolution images. You can do with that, and it faithfully responds to complex and detailed text instructions, and it's bilingual. It supports multiple languages like English, Chinese, Japanese, so on and so forth. And best mainly for the Chinese prompt, it comes from those geographies, and that's how they have focused more on bilingual abilities of generating for generating images. And it uses very latest techniques within the Gen AI ecosystem. Where if you want to train something, right, you have to look at the novel architectures. It uses GLM4 as text encoders, which is really innovative in a way. You can go through the research paper and have a look. Can read more about it. It's a transformer based diffusion model, and it uses 2D rope attention and flow matching to achieve performance that far exceeds other conventional methods that we have seen. It's also Apache 2.2 as license, so you can use it to build APIs, build applications, and sell it to other people. So it's really fantastic. uh, Earlier they had CogView 3. We're going to look at CogView 4, 6 billion model. Already has a lot of downloads, a latest text to image model. So that's what we're going to look at now. To run that, I already have in here installed diffusion. You can see diffugers.git. I'm installing it from GitHub because that time the library was not updated. And I also installed Gradio because I'll show you how you can build a Gradio application and host it, or probably on Hugging Face Spaces itself, if you want to do it. So let's do that. So from diffusers, import uh, CogView. If you build it from GitHub, the source, you'll be able to, CogView for pipeline. That's fine. You'll be able to import it. You might face error if you directly install pip install diffusers while recording this video. So far, I haven't used that because it was giving me error. So I'm gonna have it like this. I'm gonna build it through source, but maybe in the next couple of days, the libraries will be updated. And here we're gonna use CogView for pipeline and from pre-trained dot from pre-train, and within this you're going to pass the model name. So let's just copy this from here, the repo, and then we're going to pass the data type, which is that's fine. We're going to use BF16 as I'm using 800 GPUs. Make sure that you are on GPU which is supported by BF16, otherwise it might throw an error. If you throw an error, then it's your GPU is not supported, so you go with F16. And here I'm going to use CPU offload pipe dot enable. That's what they also recommend in documentation. VAE scale factor, not scale factor. We're gonna use enable. Let's enable dot. That's very strange. Pipe dot VAE enable slicing. That should have enable slicing. Oh, dot VA dot enable slicing. My bad. Enable slicing. Pipe dot enable slicing. That's fine. And then I'm gonna have pipe dot VAE dot enable, maybe the still not updated, so that's fine. And it's going to take a little bit of time to download all the model weights and everything. So you have to be patient. If you have high internet, then you can probably do it faster. I'm going to open Lexica, which is an image repository. It's an AI generated image repositories. You can of course use it to generate also, and it's made like a repository, so where you can go and find out already generated images and their prompts. So if you like something right from here, I don't know, maybe let's see which image we should try, guys. Here you can probably let me have a look. I think I like this on top, this Superman is flying. Excuse me. I'll just say Superman is, now I'll not say flying in New York, but that's fine. You can see it has a lot of image collection. It's called lexica.art. So you can go and have a look if you like any images, if you want to generate something similar, make sure you get the prompt from here and then use it. Right. So I'll just go back here. I'm gonna create a prompt, and within this prompt, I'm gonna basically give my prompt. So let's say Superman is flying, something like this. Something like this will become my prompt. And once you have prompt, I'll just add few more lines of code. Now I'm going to create a pipe. We're going to use that pipe module. So we're going to have pipe here. And in this, I'm going to pass prompt equals prompt. And that's where you go the prompt. And then you have other inference parameters like guidance scale, other configurations. So I'm just following the standard guidance scale, number of images per prompt. Yeah, this looks good. Number of images per prompt is 1 is fine, like 1, and number of inference steps 50, which is the standard. You can decrease it as well. It starts giving better images after 30, so you can also do that. And I'll just remove output type. I want to use number images, number inference is fine. Width and height. Let's define the resolution. So width and height of the image. So this is fine. Width and height. And then I'm going to use parse it, right? So it's a list. So images, and the first one, excuse me, my bad, that's images. And then I'm going to save that. So images dot save, and I'm going to say output dot png. So this is how you're going to create it. You can give better prompt. Look at Lexica. If you like something, you can also try it out. Maybe this one. I don't like that. Okay. Let me. I like artistic image, guys. Maybe this one. This is good. I'm gonna take this. But yeah, this is done, right? So if the model is done, let's have our prompt thing. Here we have pipe, passing the prompt guidance scale, number of inference steps, number of images per prompt, width, height, and this. When you're running it for the first time, it might take a little bit of time, but the next time onwards, it's really fast. You can see this takes a bit of time to get started. Now, once that is done, I'm gonna probably we can just import Gradio. If you want to further deploy this, you can also do that. So import Gradio as gr, and then I'm going to write a function and just use the above code. I'm going to pass generate image, and prompt becomes an input variable. And then I'm just going to use this thingy here, right? So let's just get this thingy, over here, come here, and this. Okay, hide images. That is fine. Images, and then we can just return image. That's what we can do here. So this becomes a function, and meanwhile it's happening. By the way, Colab Pro has the feature of now data science agent. Like they have data agent within the Colab. Probably I'll create a video on that soon, but that's why you would have analyze your files with code written by Gemini and so on and so forth. But yeah, this is, you just wrapped up this thingy here. Let's refresh this to get excuse me, I mean, for whatever reason that's not coming, but oh, that's really strange. If I go to files, yeah, but that's okay. We'll just use this. So now I'm going to use this function and create an interface, iFace in that interface. And here I'm going to use gr.interface. And in this interface, I'm going to write my function. So my function is nothing but generate image. You can see my function is generate image. So that becomes my function. and then I'm going to have inputs. So in inputs, I'm going to have gr.text box. It has text box, so I'm going to have text, but the output is there. Let's have a look at the output. You can look at how good quality of this image is, guys, right? You don't have to probably use these API, like Midjourney through Discord, or Gemini has APIs for image generation. ChatGPT has inbuilt, DALIs and all of those. You probably don't have to pay for it anymore, okay, if you can host it. So gr text box, and you can provide a label, and in this label I'm going to have prompt, and you can also have a description as a placeholder. So placeholder, you can write enter your prompt, blah blah blah. Okay, and then excuse me. Oh, okay. Inputs are done. Now I'm going to have outputs. And in outputs, I'm going to have gr.image. And in this, I'm going to pass the label. Generated image is fine. Okay. Generated image is fine. In outputs, then I'm going to have a title for this app. Let's call it CogView4-6B demo. And after title, you can just give a description. Image generation app using CogView 4-6B. Let's call this 6B as well. Oh, I think we haven't imported this. My bad. Import Gradio as gr, and then this should do it. And now you can just launch. Make sure when you launch it, you call it debug true and share true to open this in a new browser. I mean, not a new browser, new tab. My bad. You can see it starts your application within this collab itself, but you also have a link to open it. And I really like this output, guys. Such a good quality output. Let me just save this image somewhere on my desktop so I can later go through it. Yeah, that's fine. Now here, let's open this. Now here, you can take the prompt. So let's take this prompt. I really like this prompt. I'm gonna copy this prompt, come over here. Now it takes a little bit of time, that is fine. You can see this loading. And here you can put it and submit it. Now, on 800 GPU, on average, it takes around, for the first time, it takes a little more, like 30 seconds, but the next time onward, it takes anywhere around 8 to 10 seconds, to generate the image. Maybe you can decrease the number of steps a little bit. You can see it's still started, but once it is started, it's faster. You can see it's 0 by 50 steps, but you can see once that started, it takes like within 10 to 15 seconds, you'll be able to see the output that in the next time. But again, you can optimize that. There are different ways to optimize. I'm not going to go inside it. Already have a lot of videos on how do we do optimizations on diffusion model to get responses faster. You can also play with the guidance scale, and but make sure that you reduce the number of inference steps, like 30 or 25, and then that also generates good quality images. And if you're on CPU machine, it will take even more time. So on GPU, on average, it gets you around 20, 30 seconds. But here you can see that it took more than a minute already. But now it has given you this image. Fantastic. You can see very similar image that we have got, even better than this, right? This image. This is a bit more furious, right? If you look at here. I mean, I like this. This is fantastic, guys. Wow. Fantastic. Fantastic image. Uh, But anyway, this is how you can create a Gradio. You can again host it on Hugging Face Spaces if you want to host. Just go on Spaces and host it. You can create a new space here on new space. Create a Docker image. That's better. You can see, or they also have Gradio templates. So you create a Gradio. You take whatever is fine, the free thing, 16 GB to CPU, blah, 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 and then deploy it. You can also do that. But yeah, this is what I wanted to create in this video, guys. CogView4, I wanted to cover this up, CogView4-6B to generate images, based on text prompts, that too on a very compute limited device like a single GPU. And the model can run on even lower GPUs like RTX, or even on L4 if you want to run it. Uh, Let me know if you have any question, thoughts, or feedback, and what you are building with uh, CogView4. Let me know in the comment box. You can also reach out to me through my social media channel. find those information on channel banner and channel about us. Hope you like the content. If you like it, please hit the like icon. If you haven't subscribed the channel yet, please do subscribe the channel, guys. That motivates me to create more such videos. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.